Take the other person's hand. Make sure to grasp it fully. The web between your thumb and forefinger should connect with the web of the other person's hand. Don't give a finger shake. Be sure your handshake grip is firm, not a dead fish grip like a pansy.
Well, in last Sunday's Globe and Mail, there was an extended article about the 46 things that will change because of the pandemic. After things open up a bit, the article says, we can expect 4-hour waits at the airport. We can expect serious consideration of a sales tax in Alberta. Virtual doctor's visits, no more kissing the Stanley Cup, that kind of thing. It's really worth a read. Well, number 3 on that list was the death of the handshake, which a handshake is such a clear vector for the virus. But maybe it needs to go for other reasons. Now, men in particular, size each other up by their handshake grip. And brothers, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Unsure that they have a sufficiently masculine handshake, some men would overcompensate, engaging in a bizarre display of primate dominance, that kind of squeezing and yanking that Donald Trump inflicts on other world leaders. Well, although most guys don't act that way, handshaking in a formal or transactional setting adds a layer of apprehension to greetings that ought to suggest openness and respect. Now, hugging maybe is a warmer option, and that gained some acceptance in the past 20 years or so. But hugging, even before the coronavirus, was seen to be inappropriate with strangers and in professional or formal settings. So we just can't reflexively offer our right hand upon meeting someone or in our passing of the peace ritual in church anymore. Those days seem to be over, at least for a while. Now, there's a number of suggestions out there. The fist bump, which isn't that much better than a handshake. The elbow bump, better maybe. There's foot bumps. You've probably seen that video from China, and we say, no. There's the hand over the heart as we greet people. Well, that's getting a little bit closer maybe. But there is a greeting, an ancient one that's readily available to us, a greeting that has already been demonstrated by our Prime Minister in a series of pictures that you just can't unsee. The Trudeaus caught a lot of flack for these pictures, but maybe their hearts were in the right place after all. It's the yogic greeting, Namaste. Namaste is a Sanskrit word that you see scrawled on the bill when you get Indian food, as if it just means thank you. Or it's a thing you say after a yoga class when you're being real Hindu and everything. But in fact, like the Hawaiian aloha, Namaste is packed with meaning and tradition. It's a combination of two Sanskrit words, namah and te. Namah meaning to bow in adoration, and te, just like in Spanish or Latin, means to you. So this is the Namaste gesture, used all over India and Asia as a universal, all-inclusive greeting of anyone to anyone, regardless of age or gender or class. As defined by Mahatma Gandhi, who promoted the greeting as a kind of caste-busting exercise, Namaste means, I honor the place within you where the entire universe resides. I honor the place within you of love, of light, of truth, of peace. I honor the place within you where, when you are in that place in you and I am in that place in me, there is only one of us. Okay, that got confusing, and it made sense to Gandhi anyway, and that's what counts. But maybe more simply, the divine in me recognizes and honors the divine in you. Now, if Jesus didn't know this word, he most certainly demonstrated the concept in everything that he did. The divine in me recognizes and honors the divine in you, which is exactly what we do when we pass the peace in a worship service. Now, in a secular Western context, without actually saying Namaste, the gesture communicates goodwill without any handshake-like undertones of status or dominance. It signals purpose and self-mastery. There's no need to worry that anyone is judging the quality of the execution of this ritual. And instead of echoing medieval warrior culture as the handshake does, it means, look, I'm not holding a dagger in my right hand. The Namaste gesture evokes the reverence of prayer. It's a beautiful thing, really. I mean, I was never shake-ophobic like most of us. I truly enjoyed a friendly handshake in the before time, before social distancing intervened. But the value of it wasn't in the physical grabbing of flesh. It was in the friendliness that's communicated in the context of North American culture. Now, in the spiritual context, specifically the Christian context, well, the Namaste gesture conveys that nugget of spiritual and psychological wisdom found in the Apostle Paul's letter to the Galatians, which has found its way on your screen in recent videos. Here it is again. It is no longer I who live, but it is Christ who lives in me. Or take this to Gandhian lengths. My ego is no longer central. It's no longer important that I appear righteous or dominant before you, and I am no longer driven to impress you or impress God. The Christ lives in me. The life you see me living is not mine, but it's lived in the anointed one of God who loves me and loves you. So when we get back together, whenever that could possibly be, remember, Namaste. The divine in me recognizes and honors the divine in you. It might catch on.